Lagos State government empowers 1,000 beneficiaries through micro-enterprise support initiative. Federal government inaugurates inter-ministerial committee on allegations of degree racketeering in foreign private universities. On the foreign scene, gunmen storm Ecuador television live studio. And in sport, Nigeria's Aruna Quadri eyes Paris 2024 Olympics spot via international table tennis ranking. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Over 1,000 people have been empowered by the Lagos State government through the Micro Enterprise Support Initiative program of the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Speaking at the event held in Ikeja, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said his administration will continue to prioritize youth and women empowerment to reduce poverty and uplift the living standard of residents of the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, also pledged his commitment towards enhancing skills acquisition programs and adult education to empower residents.
So I want to urge you to please utilize these tools effectively, because it is a way for us to make sure that we create wealth among our citizens. So you are expected to make judicious use of these resources so that you can always also create employment for others.
Earlier in her welcome address, Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, explained that they will encourage financial independence of the individuals and motivate them to contribute to the economic development of the state.
All of this training and empowerment is for financial sustainability, so that they can support their families and contribute to the social economic development of the state. And we state here the Lagos State government has zero tolerance to idleness of any form.
The graduates from 19 skills acquisition centers across the state were given startup parks to further boost their skills. Lagos State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, has told members of the Lekki Residents Association that the decision to remove Inner Street gates in Lekki Phase 1 was taken in the larger interest of all residents of the state. Wahab, who spoke at a stakeholders meeting convened in Alausa by his transport counterpart, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, said the removal was a very painful decision that had to be taken because the state government has the responsibility of regulating operations in Lekki Phase 1, a government scheme. Noting the action was regrettable, Wahab said all the removed gates are intact and will be returned to the various zones of the Residents Association immediately after an amicable agreement is reached on modalities for reinstalling the gates. He reiterated that part of the agreement must include a provision that the gates cannot be shut before midnight and must have personnel manning them to ensure seamless entry and exit for all residents. Also speaking, Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, said the meeting was not to apportion blame, but to ensure that if the streets are to be gated, all laid down rules and regulation must be abided with. Oshiemi added that while the state government is not keen to put the personal security of Lekki Phase 1 residents in jeopardy, it will also not jeopardize the free movement of people as enshrined in the Constitution. The federal government has appealed to motorists to cooperate with traffic managers deployed to ensure hitch-free movement as rehabilitation of the 3rd Mainland Bridge commences. Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukorede Kesha, made the appeal while supervising the closure of the Iyanoworon-Shoki Adeniji-Adele-bound section of the carriageway to traffic in company of the Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, Commissioner of Police Adegoke Fayade, Sector Commander, Federal Safety Corps, Babatunde Farinloye, and Acting General Manager, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Olalekan Bakare Oki. Kesha explained that the closure of the section of the bridge would be in 2 phases, each scheduled to last for 6 to 8 weeks. According to her, the closure is part of the ongoing work that started in November 2023, focusing on fixing the ramps and some repairs of the bridge, including the underdeck and subwater sections. Keisha explains that the scope of work would include complete removal and replacement of the asphalt of the deck to the standard 2 inches to make motoring smoother and safer on the bridge.
Some expansion joints have been identified as being defective. We're going to remove them and then we'll replace them during the period of these repairs. So once we are done with that, while we're doing that, we'll start the curb painting, the median painting, the street lights, and then the replacement of the missing guardrails. And if time and money permits us, we intend to put CCTV station underneath Third Mainland Bridge to act as surveillance for the bridge so that we can protect one of the major infrastructure we have in Nigeria.
On his part, Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshemi, expressed satisfaction with the collaboration between the state and federal government, stating that no fewer than 250 last-mile personnel will be deployed to work with road safety officials.
Like we mentioned, a lot of collaboration has been put in place. And from our own side, we have men on ground. We have well over 250 men from last mile. Even the GM last mile is there present. The whole idea is to ensure that, yes, there will be some bit of discomfort, like Mrs. Keisha said, but we'll ensure that we make it as less stressful as possible. So the collaboration with police as well, that of course guarantees safety as well. So I'm sure we'll be good.
The mainland inbound island movement will be open from midnight to noon, while those who intend to come from the island to the mainland are advised to use a bridge. Also, from noon to midnight, motorists would be able to access the bridge from the island to the mainland, while motorists from the mainland heading towards the island will have to use a bridge. The Chief of Army Staff, Tarid Lagbaja, says one of the soldiers who spoke against the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for ordering the arrest of one of their colleagues for driving one way in a viral video has been apprehended. Lagbaja notes that the action of the soldier caught riding one way did not represent the entire Nigerian army. The army chief says the soldiers criticizing the governor were fake, adding that the real one among them has been arrested. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has inaugurated an interministerial committee to examine the veracity of allegations of degrees racketeering within foreign and local private universities in Nigeria. Inaugurating the committee in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Tahir Maman, mandated the committee to review the role of ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, or its officials in facilitating the recognition and procurement of fake certificates in question. The committee, chaired by the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, Jibrin Amin, has been mandated to complete the investigation within 8 weeks from the date of inauguration. It will be recalled that in December 2023, an investigative journalist with a Nigerian newspaper released a publication on fake degree certificates from Benin Republic and Togo. Police authorities in Kaduna State have debunked reports of the abduction of scores of persons by suspected bandits along the Kaduna-Abuja highway. Debunking the story, the spokesman of the Kaduna Police Command, Nasir Hassan, admitted that there was a heavy gun duel between security operatives and bandits who attempted to cross the Kaduna-Abuja highway on January 6, during which some of the bandits escaped with bullet wounds. Hassan explained that in the course of the gun battle, 6 persons plying the highway sustained varying degrees of injuries and were rushed to the hospital for medical attention, but nobody was kidnapped by the bandits as wrongly reported in some sections of the media. The police spokesman assured that the Kaduna-Abuja highway has been fortified for the use of commuters. Now to foreign news. Masked gunmen have broken into a live television studio in Ecuador and threatened terrified staff. Employees were forced onto the floor during the broadcast by the public television channel TC in the city of Guayaquil before the live feed cut out. Police say they later freed all the staff and made 13 arrests, while the station said 2 employees were injured. At least 10 people have been killed since a 60-day state of emergency began in Ecuador on Monday. The emergency was declared after a notorious gangster vanished from his prison cell. It is unclear whether the incident at the TV studio in Guayaquil was related to the disappearance from a prison in the same city of the boss of the Chineros gang, Adolfo Marchas Villamar, better known as Fito. Ecuador is one of the world's top banana exporters, but also exports oil, coffee, cocoa, shrimps, and fish products. A surge in violence in the nation, inside and outside its prisons, has been linked to fighting between drug cartels, both foreign and local, over control of cocaine routes to the US and Europe. In our sport, Nigeria's highest-ranking table tennis player, Aruna Kodri, has expressed hopes to qualify for the forthcoming Paris 2024 Olympics through the international table tennis ranking. Kodri, who is aiming to qualify for the Olympics for the 4th time, gained a total of 265 points after a quarter-final finish at the recent World Table Tennis Men's Finals in Doha, Qatar, to move up 2 spots from 16th position to 14th, which improved his world rating point to 1,425 points in the month under review. Reacting to his rise in the monthly ranking, Kodri said he's working hard this year to achieve more successes and continue to shoot his ranking. Kodri, who holds a 8th continental title overall, is the reigning African champion in the men's category. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 61,000 units of single-door composite furniture for secondary schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, from the highlights of the major stories. Over 1,000 people have been empowered by the Lagos State Government through the Micro Enterprise Support Initiative Program of the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The federal government has inaugurated an interministerial committee to examine the veracity of allegations of degrees racketeering within foreign and local private universities in Nigeria. We also told you that masked gunmen have broken into a live television studio in Ecuador and threatened terrified staff. And in sport, Nigeria's highest-ranked table tennis player, Aruna Kodri, has expressed hopes to qualify for the forthcoming Paris 2024 Olympics through the international table tennis ranking. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagun. I am Dele Agadumo.